Welcome everyone to our weekly calls and with the new year. Today being 2nd Jan. Wow, starting literally on the first week of it. So today's topic is ease with time. And like always, how I question, what does the word time means to all of y'all? Anyone can unmute or write it on the chat.
Stress, people don't reach on time, they do not honor, and I'm an alarm clock. I reach on time and wondering what's happening here. So I have a lot of obsession with time and I would like to let it go.
Okay. You have obsessions about a lot of things.
Sorry?
I said you have obsession of you love to be control.
Ah. But isn't it honoring?
Your voice is
My voice?
somebody's on devices at the same time.
Mute. Sonuchi mute. Now talk, Vandana. Haan. It's something on the Sonu's speaker.
Yeah, it's Sonu speaker.
Now
No,
tell,
you have two devices at the same time.
no, she's saying. Maybe sometimes it will be fine. Well, what is your point of view, Vandana? You're done. Mute.
My point of view about time is that it's a very linear thing, and I'm always on time by default. It is annoying for me, and it gets me into real tiz when people are not on time. But now I'm learning to let it go.
Okay. Anyone
Even
else?
I'm learning to let it go now. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Anjuji?
टाइम फॉर मी मीन्स शेड्यूल. अब ये करना है, अब ऐसे करना है, अब इसका टाइम हो गया, टाइम पे होना चाहिए.
Okay.
And of course, if people don't keep to the time, firstly it's a little irritating, then it gets annoying, and then I just feel that if you're not going to be able to time wherever you have to go or whatever you have to do, you should at least inform the people involved.
Okay. And even after they end telling you they're running late or they can't do it on time, are you in allowance of that, or that also you're judging?
Yeah. If somebody informs,
Huh?
then it's okay. But the information should come.
So, mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Yeah.
You know you're running late, so you can't, be late by 1 hour and then call and say कि अच्छा मैं late हूँ, अब मैं आ रही हूँ. When you're running late, you should inform on time also.
Yeah,
so there's an importance and a value to time.
That is a different that I respect it. When you guys are saying is someone not informing, that's a secondary. But what is mainly time in your reality?
Time is schedule, to maintain a discipline, to do things on time.
Discipline. Yeah, the word. Okay, discipline. Interesting.
Yeah. It makes my life smoother. Like everything goes smoothly if I'm on time. If I'm off time, then something or the other gets left behind. Supposing I'm running late in my day, let's say even to go to the gym, I go by half an hour. There is something by the end of the day which gets compromised.
Okay.
So I my day to go very smoothly if I'm on time for everything.
Okay. And if you don't, you think something is left out, that things are not going smooth.
Yeah, things get left. I then don't have the space to finish off everything.
Truth. Okay, so all this is bringing up for everyone, whatever all y'all said, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all 9 shots, boys, pomads, and beyond. Okay, look at the energy when you said discipline, it's not going smooth. People get your anxiety, that stress comes in. How much all of y'all are controlling the reality and the world around you. And more than anything, y'all are controlling your life and not trusting what else can happen with that time in your world. What if so-called what you asked to do in the next 4 hours and it did not go by the so-called what you concluded it should have happened, or those people didn't do it for you? What's the worst can happen to you guys? Is it really true? Your world will not be this thing? Or it can be actually something isn't better installed, but you guys are not ready to trust the process?
Rashi is now okay. My mic, can I speak?
When you talk, it's okay. Sorry, you can talk, but then immediately unmute yourself. Talk, but unmute yourself immediately. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. So like, I get people also who's not honoring my time. And since I have a strong point of view that, like a beauty parlor girl will come 1 hour late, very casually she'll step in, even maids. One of the maid has to literally understood that, what, she can literally tweak me, manipulate me with timing. She said, timing ka tumhala mahitच नाही, मी बघतेच नाही घडी. That's what she tells me, and she manipulates me. And also, I even like Vandana said, no, even my things goes topsy turvy if I'm not on time. But I'm not very casual about a lot of things. But certain things, if I don't do it at that time, no, things go haywire.
So, okay, interesting how you clearly acknowledge that 2-3 people, they'll end up manipulating and they're not honoring you. Point is, be honest to yourself, all of y'all, if y'all have something similar there. Is it they are not honoring you or you guys are not? They know how to honor, that's why they know how to manipulate y'all. And is it true people can't honor you or you guys are allowing them not to honor you? In order to look at the power in this reality, we give how much to the staff because we know we get handicapped without them. You're the one who's paying. You're the one who are taking care of the bigger way, but how much power we give to all of them. Be kind to them is one thing, but getting controlled by them or you controlling them is again going to create a friction. And that's why most of our staffs also keep running away because of that. Because you're making time control constraint on them and then they manipulate from different way. And then we say, you know what, you guys have no manners to talk to us, you all do this to us, you cheat us and hurt us. Because then we go in a different tangent by controlling the scenario and the time space from there. Is it true that people are cheating and they're not honoring all of the time? Because what are your underlying all of your points of view regarding with this? Because people have their free will in this reality. We all get it to choose whatever they want to do it. When they want to come on time or not come on a time, that's their call. But why are you guys loving to give your power away to them? So who's making yourself less? Only us. And we are saying, acha staff, if I have 2 hours, this workout didn't go smooth. Did we even get present with ourselves, or you made time so much power that we forgot to even acknowledge what your body or your being or your surrounding was asking you to be?
Can I say something here?
Sure.
So I've had a cook for about 6 to 8 years. She says 8 years, I say 6 years. And this year in February, so we had this one issue about time. Everything else is fine with her. But she is always, and when I keep any of my maids, I say, look, your time is this and you have to arrive 5 minutes before, but I don't want you to be late. This woman was consistently late and it became a huge thing. And every time I'd say, tum late kyun? Main kaam chhod rahi hu. So one day I said, okay, leave in February. And she left, okay? And she said, main nahi kar sakti hai. And she screamed and she went into a real temper and she left the job. And then so many of the maids in the building said, go back, you've been there for so long. She was looking for a job forever. And even I was looking for a maid forever because a cook, because, once you get set with each other, it's very difficult to adjust to someone else also. She also got a couple of jobs she did. So finally she called me after 3 or 4 months and she said, aapko koi mila kya? And I did have somebody. I said, haan, mila par main khush nahi hu. Main wapas aa jaun. I said, come back. But she's doing the same thing. I thought, now she's come back, she's asked for the job herself, she'll be contrite and she'll come on time. But no, she still comes late. And if I tell her late कि मैं घर गई थी, मैं बेटी का बाल बनाना था,
that doesn't matter. Point is, she's an allowance of how she will function. But you are making it real. You're not seeing the bigger picture. Your work gets done with her. You're making the 10 minutes or half an hour more real.
So that's why.
And look at this space. Maybe what you're making her by paying her by the 2 hours, her capacity is to do it in 1.5 hours. You're not acknowledging that.
No, no, and I did come to that realization. I just said, fuck it, let her come whenever she wants to, because she makes sure that my lunch is on the table at 1. So today I knew that she was giving me leftovers from yesterday. So I knew, I got that awareness that today so she's going to come 45 minutes late, just 10 minutes before giving me lunch, because she knows there's food in the fridge. She just has to heat it and then make dinner. So I realized that in her head, she doesn't understand what the issue is, because she's giving me my food on time and doing all my work.
Exactly. And she knows how to do it. And you're making it real that, oh, if your job is to come from 10 to 3, and if she comes at 1, why the hell am I paying extra hour? But you're not acknowledging her capacity that she gives you in that 2 hours, that whole thing. Now it's your choice that
She
you want
comes
to pay.
late also, and she stays that much. So she's supposed to come for 2 hours. So if she comes box in at 12:30, she stays till 2:30.
So
So she
then
says, I stay for the 2 till 2:30, and then
you're making it real.
and then I came to a further awareness that why this thing with time has started is because of 2 reasons. My mom is like that, and even we are expected to, as from kids, to be ready at that time when my parents at 7 o'clock
You
leave.
exactly. Thank you for getting that. You guys need to respect, yes, our programmings are all that real of this reality, time, honor, time, this, but are you honoring yourself? If you guys like to reach on time somewhere, it's your choice. But you expecting other people to choose that or no, that's their choice. If you guys cannot be in allowance and by proving, look, I'm so much punctual and I do this, are you really being that energy, or you're just trying to prove that I'm so punctual of this reality? It's an ego booster. You're boosting your power by showing that, look, I am so this, and then y'all are claiming that, you know what, they give me so much anxiety, then I don't know what will happen. So again, you're trying to be one energy, and then again simultaneously you're giving so much power to this world. And then you'll say it's so difficult to have relation, it's so difficult to deal with people. So it's like that chatvi meri, patvi meri. But in this reality, it doesn't be that way. If you want to have that energy, you need to be manipulative and be in allowance of people. Because when you're in allowance of people, people perceive you as a kind energy. They'll automatically, unknowingly will start honoring your time there. And even if they don't, they will know how to give you more. So that time, that duration doesn't get real in your world. Because we are making it right, like, oh, if I'm sitting for 1 hour, I should get this much of that money, or I'm paying that much. We make it real. We don't acknowledge that maybe in 20 minutes you received everything.
But Rashi, on a larger scale, we are time bound. For instance, if I have to take a flight at a certain time, I have to be at the airport at a certain time.
Yeah.
If I want to travel abroad, I have to renew my passport 6 months before the expiry date, otherwise I can't
We are
travel.
not saying, but how much fun can you have? We are not saying you don't have to be in the reality. Till the time you're living in this physical world, we are saying certain rules and regulations of this reality will play everywhere to reach to any places. No one is saying, but can you be honest and be present with your body? What are you aware of the time to reach? When in this reality, like cities, like when you live in metro cities, especially like Bombay, how we all dug up throughout Bombay, if I have to go to airport, everyone will tell me to reach from my place, it needs 1.5 hours at the moment with the traffic what we are facing. But is it true? It's true from this reality. But if I trust my body and tap into that and go, I might reach longer, I might take even lesser by trusting what I know that day, instead of concluding that this hour is my traffic hour, that going anywhere. But what we do is we conclude from that space, okay, aaj I have this schedule, this time I have to reach here, then I'll do this, I'll do that. But we don't acknowledge, even if your body chose to do something late or early, your body's aware of something. Your body exactly knew what time, where to take you. But we make it again linear from our mind, and we make that time linear. Time differs everywhere. We know it. Right now, we are 9:20 in our local time. Is it 9:20 worldwide everywhere? As simple as that. There's some time, but what time? It differs worldwide everywhere. In India itself, we place a different time zone from Calcutta in India, in Mumbai. I mean, any other places, because we go by the rising of the sun. So even your science is clearly telling you all this, but how much we are making it linear, how to control and contract ourselves from that space. And we understand that in dimensions, there is so much difference. We even know in the bigger way, 1 year in our world is 1 day on planet Earth. So who's going to decide what time is right or no? But we want to believe this is controlling, then we get into our age with time. Or with age, ye ho jata hai. Look at the refining this right now. We just spoke so superficially, sorry, that what time does to our day to day. Then we match it up. Oh, by this age, I should be this, because then time is catching up. I've become aged, I've become this, I've become that, the list goes on. Oh, by इस time से सबकी time से शादी हो जानी चाहिए, इस time से certain age से इतना कमा लेना चाहिए, इस time पे ग्रैंड किड्स हो जाना चाहिए, और फिर उनका शादी हो जाना चाहिए, as if आप सबने सबका that whole ठेका पानी रखा हुआ है reality में. And there would be certain more things, because everyone, these I'm just giving you very basic scenarios how in this reality we all function from. And if it's not happened, how much we beat ourselves in our head and mind. And then we say we get so angry, we are so resentful. Oh, because this one told me, or this one made me believe that. So how much power are you guys giving with time to people and to everyone around you all? Everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, pervads, and beyond. Zabia, did you have...
Rashi, can I
Don't
say
worry.
something?
Zabia, you have something to say?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about this time thing, what you said. I'm always on time everywhere. I am like before time, and I have friends who are never on time. Just an example, I had a flight to catch at 9 o'clock in flight it was, and I was supposed to leave the house at 6. I actually woke up at 6:05. And I was like, today so I'm going to get budge out with all my friends. Are going to like fire me for being late. Though I was not late. I was still at the airport on perfect time, everything. But like I was so shocked, and my friend was like, I was just praising you yesterday that you're always 10 minutes early. You're the last person to be late. And like I really thought I would get a shouting, and I didn't. And that's when I realized that why do I get so hyper, and why do I get so like overreactive, just to be somewhere on time. So when you said this, I was actually laughing. Like, you have to respect. I think you have to just acknowledge yourself, right? It's okay. Even if you're 5-10 minutes late, it's fine.
Even look at that worst come scenario, even if you had missed the flight, what about it? What about it, guys? We all have traveled somewhere or the other. You miss something. What's the worst can happen? Besides looking at the expense.
I always think it's for the best. Even if something goes wrong, it's always for the best. So
is it true? Do you all really believe it? Or you all are just saying it because it sounds so right from this reality?
No, I believe it.
So then why were you making it so real to get so...
No, so that's what I'm saying. I realized it on that trip that it's okay to be late. It doesn't matter. If something has to work out, it'll work out anyways. We caught up with time. Everything worked out perfectly well. But it's just that...
Just even tap into that awareness. Because right now you're more calmer because it played in your favor, which is good because your body was aware of something. But even if you did not, your body was aware of something else. But most of us would be abusing our head with left, right, center about it before the world could attack. So you guys need to get present with this. Be it a flight, being a connected flight, especially on an international trip where your whole trip is further. Or anything, or maybe some emergency coming and you couldn't make it. Whatever, however, that thing could be very important, and just perceive that energy if you guys have not made it. Or even the feeling if you've never done it. What's the worst can happen to you guys? How much are you contracting your world by making this linear world so real for you all? And the point is, one day we all have to go. But the fight and to survive with the time in this world, you guys are making it so real. Everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, pervads, and beyond. Sonuji, now say, I'll stay quiet, then you speak because of your mic.
Yeah, so Rashi, I would love to really, I would love to change. I see certain people, they are not time bound. Like, matlab, बहुत chill है. They can do a lot of things. हो जाता है उनका काम without being time obsessed and all that. So when I'm not obsessed with ये age में शादी हो जानी चाहिए, ये age में बच्चे हो जाने चाहिए, because for me in my world aging is just a number. Like, just I'm giving you an example. What is the obsession with the daily timing? I still have to. I would like to change that. What question can I ask?
Choice. More than the question, just ask yourself, what do you love about controlling people on a day-to-day note? Because your underlying point of view is that if I'm not daily doing it, bigger things will never come in place. Because a lot of time people work from that space also. The people will start taking me for granted. People will start doing this. Point is, people and the scenarios can only take you for granted if you're not present with yourself. Present and time are two different things. We make it, time means that when I'm there, so I've been presented there. No, present is your awareness. When you're aware of things, you'll do exactly what you know, and you need to be where and what to do. Present is, and when what we function from present is from the attendance of being present there on time. It's like going to your basics. In school, majority of us were just present to show attendance. कि हम 80, 75 up attendance दे रहे हैं. कि blacklisted या school से कोई parents को वो invite नहीं आ जाए. But were we actually present? Most of us were not. We were just doing our education because in this reality, education plays a role. So we make that linear and real. That doesn't mean don't do your education. So if anyone's younger, of course, that plays a different part to have fun with it, but we make it very wrong that we've been controlled. But there are certain things which is required in this reality to live with. But we make it more terror incidents. And those time bounds, we get stuck there. And that's why we say past memories. What are past memories? In that past time, you all are stuck. And then you're saying, no, I'm trying to be present. You're just trying to be present to be here. Look at as simple as this. I mean, I know most of your cameras are off, but that doesn't mean if I'll be, it's not for you. If I'll still tap into it because I'm choosing to be present with my awareness. Otherwise, I can just yap and go from here. That is one energy I can be with my time. But I'm making my time more valuable by being present with you guys. They're two different energies. So everything, all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, path, bottom pork, all 9 shorts, boys, provads, and beyonds. What else is coming up for you guys with time?
So for me, like, for instance, my daughter is the opposite of me. She does everything last minute and there's always chaos. Yes, she gets there. She manages to get the flight, but it's always chaos because she does everything last minute. It drives me completely bananas. I'm a person, if I'm traveling international, my suitcase will be half packed 1 week ago and only a few things to be thrown in at the last minute. She's the kind of person who starts thinking of what to pack 3 hours before the flight, just before 3 hours leaving even if she's going like for 6 months or whatever to study. And that kind of, so I feel that time helps me to be organized and not be chaotic,
Okay, so what are you trying to control here? I'm not making you wrong. Point is, if it works, guys, do it. We are not trying to make it today become chaotic. The point is, you need to be present because what you're doing, you can't expect others to do.
Right.
You have to come from a space of that it works for you. Like you're giving your own example. Your daughter's your real, you have given her birth. And yet she being an individual being because she has the right to be that. And you're trying to fix her, you better imitate me. But for what? So look at the power as a parent, how much you want to control because you want to, according to you, you'll be like, I'm teaching her how to be sincere in this world. But it's not teaching, it's about controlling your child. Because you're not trusting what in her awareness 3 hours or maybe even 2 hours before leaving the house works for her. Though it creates some chaos. Because when you're in chaos, what is the underlying energy of chaos?
Creation.
You're present. You're just present. You just know now or never. So for some people, it just works in that energy. So it doesn't make wrong. It's just that they're giving 100% to that time, and they'll just create it like that. But you're getting anxiety, so you're making your child or that person around you the wrong one. So look at how much the judgment you're holding with person, time. Look at the underline, how many things, it starts happening in your world.
Yeah.
And then we say, oh, people don't value me, they don't honor me. But point is, you're not honoring. They are exactly doing what works for them. It was never about you. But we make it personal, it's about me.
Right.
You're actually, technically, if you really go to see in that other person's life, you were never in their radar only. But we make it so personal. Because this is what we do in our judgments. Either we are judging others or we are judging ourselves. So everything, all this is bringing up where we align and agree what time can and cannot be in your world. Can we destroy and uncreate times of Godzillion, please? I don't know. Good and bad, bottom park, all 9 shots, boys, POVADs, and beyond. What else? What else is coming up for you guys? Now, even look at from that space otherwise. A new year has started. How much are y'all making already? This year should be this and shouldn't be this way. And how much y'all are judging what 2023 has created for y'all with controlling that 1 year. Instead of acknowledging, you could just do it. Yes, you have a full fresh 1 year right now. But instead of concluding this month, this 6 months, first year, first 3 months, this, instead of going like, okay, what am I aware and how much fun I can create from that energy. That's on the bigger picture of the year. And y'all can break down by the day, by the hour, everything. It's just your choice. Everything all this brought up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom park, all 9 shots, boys, POVADs, and beyond. What else? What else is coming up for you guys?
Rashi, I wanted to ask you, when you came up with this subject, what was in your mind, like when you came, because see, we came with whatever my obsession with time, whatever was happening. What was, you had something else in your mind?
I honestly, it works in my favor. Whenever I put a topic, I tap into the group's energy and I put a word. And I am always present to go from what comes. I never come with a conclusion. I don't function from that by my default mode, not through Access. Access just made me more aware of it, but it's just been my personality. I always have worked from a space of tapping into things. So yes, of course, the muscle gets more present and more with time. But for me, in my reality, I don't look time how people look at time by default mode. So it's worked for me always. But I didn't come like, oh, I have to explain in any of my topics. If you guys have been coming regular, I have never said I have to say these things. I always give you all the space what's tapping in your world. Because of course, I'm doing this for you and for me, but not coming to give you all just gyan, more from a space what it can create for you guys with those topics. Yeah. You want to say something and unmute? Then I'll stay quiet because of your speaker today. No.
It was very beautiful subject. And when you said, no, ease with time, I said, oh my God, so many things will come up now. And I was just wondering what made you choose this subject. And I have stopped reading all the predictions about 2024 for my zodiac sign, for my number and all that. I also tap into the energy of these numbers just for fun. But otherwise, ye saal aisa jayega has been not a long because सब उल्टा जाता है either, or I align with them and start creating those things in my life which I have stopped.
Rashi, can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Only for her, I have to be quiet because something is off with the speaker today. Because
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, as we were talking, a
Mhm.
couple of things came to mind. You know, कभी कभी कैसे होता है कि अभी टाइम है तो चीज कर लो, and it works. And कभी कभी ऐसे होता है अभी तो बहुत टाइम है ना, कर लेंगे. So even in that, when you're doing things last minute, sometimes I observe that वो भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से हो जाती हैं.
Okay,
You know,
so what
one
is your
feels that बहुत कम टाइम है, पता नहीं होगा नहीं होगा, but वो last minute में भी अच्छी तरह से हो जाती हैं. So वो थोड़ा जो एक you know, unease or that little panic that comes, oh my God, there's hardly any time left, कैसे होगा कैसे होगा, one is slowly realizing कि जो होना होता है वो हो ही जाता है और अच्छे से ही होता है, even in that short time. And certain things I feel regretful about कि अरे इतना टाइम था, ये कर लेना चाहिए था ना टाइम पे, तो अभी ऐसे नहीं होता. It's so contradictory, these two things.
right? And Vandana, before you just go, you never have to be sorry. Your body just knows what time to go. So on that note, you can go.
Thank
And also, you know, बात करते करते मुझे ये लग रहा है कि ये जो एक थोड़ी सी फिक्सेशन है कि ये टाइम पे होना चाहिए, अभी ऐसे होना ही चाहिए, इतने टाइम में होना ही चाहिए, that is what causes stress. तो थोड़ा जो आपने बोला ease with time, if one starts, I don't know if surrendering is the right word or not, but if you just ease up a little and say ठीक है, होना है हो जाएगा, अपने टाइम पे होगा, don't think about it.
You don't have to surrender. You just have to be aware. Like you just acknowledge खुद अभी few minutes back कि certain things बाद में actually हो जाती है in few minutes or few hours. So you guys all need to acknowledge कि हम सब में वो capacity है. Few people, yes, because they're so over hyper that time they can't function and be present and do it. And some people it can. So there is again, it's not this is real or this is right or that is wrong. You have to be honest. आपके लिए क्या work करता है और underline उसके साथ क्या है. The ease of time or ease with anything can only happen when you are ready to be present with yourself. Okay, what works for you? And what works for you doesn't mean it has to work for your family or whoever you're dealing with that time.
Yeah.
There are a lot of variations to time you guys need to be present with. Anjuji, you're getting it?
Yeah.
So first, it's not about surrendering. Surrendering is like, अच्छा मैं power में नहीं हूँ, चलो मैं दे देती हूँ. Trusting and surrender again are two different things.
No, when I say surrender, I don't say surrender to the situation.
Then,
In my mind, when I say surrender, I feel that, you know, since I believe, I'm a believer, I believe in God. So, ठीक है, Bhagwan has taken care of me. God will take care of things. Don't get hassled. Just keep saying that.
so you're
हो जाएगा.
trusting
You
that
have
person.
faith.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
trusting that
faith
person.
in
Yes.
God.
Yeah,
So it is, yeah, when I say surrender, okay, surrender and total surrender. Surrender is कि आप न थोड़ा हाँ, okay, I'm surrendering to God, but I worry at the same time. And
that means
total surrender is
you don't trust you, nor you trust the universe.
correct. Yeah, somewhere when you say surrender, तो अपना भी थोड़ा उसमें मेरा लगता है कि है control or whatever. And when it's total surrender, then it's okay, just get it out of your mind. You've given it up to God, it'll happen. If it has to happen, it'll happen. And whatever happens will happen for the best.
No, that again is also coming from a conclusion. ठीक है, भगवान जी देख लेंगे times, how we say universe or whatever, in whatever form you guys believe in. But that will also only happen when you are ready to take that action. It's in doing then the universe comes in. आप घर पे बैठे बैठे आप सोचोगे आपको आकर घर पे आकर कोई अपने आप ही कुछ आकर दे जाएगा, it doesn't work.
ना, I'm not talking that. I'm saying कि अपनी जो करना है आप करोगे ही.
Yeah.
After that, you are not going to keep thinking कि होगा नहीं होगा कब
Exactly,
होगा.
you have
That
to
is
be
what I
that.
mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then you're under this thing.
Yeah.
But again, as you said, to surrender or truly surrender, again, it becomes being honest to yourself. Are we really truly trusting the process? Or we are still underlying trying to control, oh, will the universe or will the people around me, things will happen for me or no? When you create that doubt, again, you're back to square one, because the underline is you control that energy again.
Correct.
But when I am very clear, I've done my best, I've reached my time, or I've done that thing on time, then it's like you're being aware that what it can happen. That's coming from a process that, okay, you are an allowance, what the universe can unfold and show you there. But if I'm doing it from a space of, oh, मैं कर रही हूँ, पता नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, and ये हो जाएगा, वो ऐसे करेगा, उसका क्या motive है, and all that, depending on what your scenario situation is, then you're already creating doubt. You're already not trusting what you know about that scenario, that time. There are two
And
different.
in my experience, when I stop to think, every time one has actually been at ease, things do happen properly.
Exactly.
और जब
Because the underlying
टेंशन के
if you
साथ
are
होते हैं
deep,
कि
you will
होगा
create.
नहीं होगा, होगा नहीं होगा, तो जो होना होता है होता तो वही है. But one has, been through so much of stress.
Yeah, because you're making us stress real. Because we believe with hard work only I can receive the ease.
Yeah.
So all the points of underline it is we want to control now. And what is hard work? I have worked so much time, the hour, everything you want to make real by making it, by putting so many months or hours to think. So you can prove to this reality, look, I did something instead of being something. So you made it again in the time parallelly that, see, look at my hard work paid off by doing that. So how much control all of you guys are loving with all of this? Everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom top, all 9 shorts, boys, forwards, and beyond. Point is, you guys all can have it. Your thing is to have you with time. What works, what doesn't work is secondary. If you're doing it with the ease in your world, how you would like to function by the day, and the easiest way is, bottom line comes back to your being, your body. You need to ask and trust that what it would like to do, what time, what hour, it will show you. Instead of making it from your brain and your mind, then let's do it this way. Once you allow that ease, your things, everything will start happening for you, because you become the true magic of this reality. When we see magic happens sudden, right? It doesn't have a time, it's in a split seconds. Point is, are you all ready to have and be that energy? Everything that brought up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom block, all 9 shots, boys, forwards, and beyond. So beautiful. On that note, let's wind up for today. Thank you, everyone.